I'm Easy Rider and welcome to Biker for Life. Today I'm going to do a long-term review on my 2015 Harley Davidson Heritage Softail Classic. Before I go into my upgrades and what I did to this bike, let's give you a little bit of background on why I bought it. Before I had this bike, bought this bike, I had a 2006 Harley Electric Glide, and I liked it. It was pretty nice. But as time went on, the bike got heavier and heavier for me, and it wasn't as fun to ride. Uh, Harley Davidson Electric Glides, fully loaded with people and stuff, you could be up there about 1,500 pounds, and it's a lot of bike to lug around with. I ended up riding my Sportster more because it was just too big. If I went on long trips, that's one thing, but yeah, it was just getting too heavy for, everyday kind of riding. So I decided I wanted to get something a little bit lighter, but something that also I could take touring with me if the need arose. So eventually I decided on the Harley Davidson Heritage Softail, mainly because it came ready for touring with leather saddlebags and a windshield, and I didn't have to buy a whole lot of extra stuff to make it more friendly to go on rides. And anyway, I looked at the Indian too, and I was a toss-up between the Indian, Chief, or whatever it is, kind of the same looking one, and the Harley. And the reason I went with the Harley, it was a mechanical reason. With the Indian, it only has one oil that flows through the whole engine: the tranny, the clutch, the transmission, the engine, and all that stuff all mixes together. And I didn't think that was really good for the long haul. Harley, the primary and the clutch has its separate oil, the transmission has a separate oil, and the engine has a separate oil, and I think it makes sense to keep them all separate because the tranny, you can get pieces of metal and stuff. The clutch is almost like basically a brake pad, and it's always putting out dust into the oil, and all that's going to float around your engine. I don't think so. Anyway, I went with the Harley, and I haven't regretted my purchase at all. It's a really beautiful bike, handles pretty good. And I'll go into that a little bit more detail in a minute. And now let's take you around the bike and I'll show you what I did to it and why I did those things. Starting at the front of the bike, obviously you could see the turn signals I had smoked out. Got those on eBay really cheap. And part of being a biker for life, we try to figure ways to get things done the least expensive way. I mean, some of you guys are happy to go to the Harley dealership and, drop lots of money. But me, I always try to do it the most economical way, kind of the old school way. Anyway, I put also in the headlights, might not be able to see it right here, but they're all LEDs, the spots and the headlights. I'm going to do a separate video on that, but it's just the bulbs itself. I didn't go for the higher priced daymaker deals because they're just crazy prices, and I did all of this for under probably $40, and I'll go into another video later on how exactly I did that. Moving around the bike, I've got these mirrors. A long time ago when I had the Electric Glide, I got them for $25 at a swap meet, and I kept them, and when I traded in the Electric Glide, I put these mirrors, put the old mirrors back on the Electric Glide and saved these and kept them. Over there you can see the Kuryakyn grips, the EXO or grips or whatever they call these things. I love them. They're on all my bikes. Take a lot of the vibration. Not that there's a lot of vibration on this bike, but they take a lot of the road vibration out. And they're really nifty grips. I got them on all my bikes. Down here I put on a different kickstand. It supposedly was easier to get at. Probably the one fault I have on this bike is it's damn hard to get to the kickstand. So I went out and I bought this the Harley Davidson kind of ergo kickstand doohickey and mounted it on and made life a little easier. By the time I got through all of that, I realized what I really needed to do is just reach down, kick up the floorboard, and it made it so much easier to get at the silly kickstand. So that's one of the things you might want to remember. Just kick up the floorboard and you can get at that kickstand a whole lot easier. Harley already puts a 103 Derby cover on it, so there's really no reason to upgrade it, so I kind of kept that as it is. And Let's see, moving around to the bags. On the bags, I installed a Papa Bags, and I'll put that in the description. A Papa Bags kind of doohickey thing to keep your bags from getting all saggy looking. Real easy to install, takes a couple minutes, maybe half hour at the most. And if you notice, I also took out the regular bolts and I put the twisty nuts on it, whatever they're called. It's escaping me right now. Part of getting old, you forget things. I went to the Lowe's and grabbed a couple of those. That way I could take the bags off real fast and clean the back wheel and the white walls. And I'll do a separate video on cleaning white walls eventually. I kept the regular bolt on, and just because, you know, the twisty one looks stupid down there. Moving around to the back, might not be able to see it, but I have a blinking LED light in there, and I'll go into a whole video on that. And again, I got the smoked out blinker switches. On the back here also, I bought a rack at swap meet. Cost me $20. That's the other thing too, man. You can buy a lot of things at swap meets instead of going to the, you know, Harley and paying top dollar for them. This bag was also a swap meet find. That cost me $10. Moving around this side here, I put on Vance & Hines straight shuts, and I'll do a video on that eventually. Really good sound, not too loud, you know, but they still sound pretty good. And you can see I put some chrome pegs, took those off the old Electric Glide for the passenger. Coming around the front, oh yeah, and the stage 1 air cleaner. Any Harley you buy, you're going to put pipes in a stage 1 air cleaner. I'm going to do a whole video on that. Plus I used a Vance & Hines FP2 controller or whatever to tune the bike afterwards, and I'll do a video on that eventually. Up front here I have my GPS holder, and I went on eBay and I bought a little power point here, installed it so I can run the GPS. You'll notice I don't have a bag here. So a lot of people put like a bag right there, but that big chrome headlight's just so beautiful. When I go down the road, I don't want to see some stupid bag. I'd rather see my headlight, so I skipped the bag idea. Top here, a couple bucks for a chrome cover on the top, and on the grip end right here I have a helmet holder. Harley doesn't give you like a helmet holder. This is like a helmet holder lock, so you're somewhere you don't want your helmet to be stolen. It's a good upgrade. Guys that makes it, you go look online. You can get it either from Kuryakyn or direct from the manufacturer. The manufacturer's a really nice guy. I needed some extra screws and he sent them to me for free. Really nice guy. One thing you might want to do, this little lock on the end, every now and then I use dry lubricant. Dry lubricant, spray it because you don't want that thing to get too sticky on you. Coming around the front, I put the mustache bar on. That's a Harley item. The reason I did is, you know, so I can kick my legs up there. And one thing I never liked was putting the pegs down here, because every time you dump your bike they get all bent and stuff, and I just don't like them. So with the integral mustache bar, you can just kick your feet up on top there and, you know, relax as you go down the road. Well, this is pretty much all my upgrades. I'm probably missing something, but it's pretty much the ones that I can remember. So now just give you the basic overview of, you know, what I like about the bike. Well, all in all, so what do I think about this bike? Well, I've got over 16,000 miles on it. Pretty much all I've done is oil changes. I put one back tire on it, put kind of the same Dunlop. I got 15,000 miles out of the original Dunlop, so I figured I'll go with Dunlop again. Normally I'm not too crazy with Dunlops, but that one lasted pretty long. It's a great running bike. I mean, it gets about 45, 50 miles per gallon, depending on how crazy I am at the moment. It's got great power. It's very smooth. It's very comfortable to ride down the road on. The seat has like a high back for the passenger pillion, which gives you a lot of comfort in your lower back as you're going down the road. if I need to stretch out, I kick my legs up on the on those mustache bars, so it'd be comfortable. But the only difference between this and say the Electric Glide is this one only has a 28-degree lean angle, and about the first time I hit my first sharp corner, I was grinding. And after that, I don't know, I guess maybe, the hand body got used to it, and I very rarely grind, and I ride pretty hard on the corners, so I haven't really noticed it so much. But yeah, you can't lean it like an Electric Glide, which has, I think, like a 38 or so lean angle. A lot of people complain about the front brake. I don't know what they're talking about. I guess maybe compared to a dual disc sport bike, yeah, but I've had no trouble braking. It comes standard with ABS brakes. I've never had an issue with braking on any type of pavement, wet, or whatever. Well, as for negatives, I really don't have a whole lot of negatives on it. But the only thing I could say, even though it has the B motor, which is the balance motor, which doesn't have the typical Harley shake to it, when you're going down the road, you get a little, well, I do, I get a little tingle in my hand at highway speeds. Not sure, what that's all about. Anyway, with the Kuryakyn grips, that, cured a lot of that, but still a little bit of tingle there. I didn't mention on my upgrades, but I do have a throttle lock on it. I'll do a video on the throttle lock. It's one of those little switches you just hit with your thumb. That way you can give your hand a break as you're going down the road. The newer ones, 2016 on, they come with fly-by-wire and cruise control. If you're going to get a newer one that's already there. But love the bike. I really can't complain about anything about it. My wife loves it. She says it's very comfortable to ride on the back, and it's a very enjoyable bike. No problems. There's really nothing you have to do to it other than oil and other wearables like brake pads and stuff. So 10 out of 10, man. I love it. It's a good bike. I plan on keeping it way into my geezerhood, and probably ride it. Be the last brand new Harley I buy, most likely. And I'll ride that till I need to ride a trike, and I'll ride that till I drop dead. So that's kind of where that all sits. So if you're looking for a good Harley, I think all around price-wise, I think the new ones, 2018s, they're right around 16, 17. They're not, that expensive for, what you're getting with the bike. Harley sells a deluxe, which is like a strip model of that. And then you got to buy the windshield and the backrest and all that other stuff in bags. So it already comes with all of that. Oh yeah, and the ape hangers, I love them. Some people don't like them. I love them. I think they're comfortable. My typical riding day on the weekend is 200, 300, 400 miles, riding around all day from sun up, sundown, and then some. So really, really like the bike, man. And if you're interested in getting one, this would be a really good choice. All right, hope that helped you all out. This is Easy Rider signing out.